Yoga for low back stuff. Let's start with 3 ohms. One of the best ways to care for your low back is by doing some really nice movable breathing. So I've got the Hoberman sphere here, and so as you inhale, sort of arch the back, and as you exhale, engage the core. Inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, squeeze the belly button back toward the spine. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. So you're welcome to sit on your knees. You can sit on your bottom with your legs however you like, crossed or extended or in butterfly. So it's this elongating of the breath. It's this moving of the spine that I'm asking you to do. And I'm asking you to sprinkle this out through your day. The inhale so big. And the exhale so engaged. Exhaling so much that you've got a vacuum created when you finally do inhale. Inhaling 3-dimensionally, front to back, side to side, top to bottom. Squeezing all stale air out. Rocking back and forth on the sit bones, so the pelvis is moving. Squeezing, kind of tucking the pubic bone up on the exhale. So as I rock forward on the sit bones, there's movement of my pelvis. Back on my sit bone, squeezing. So this is kind of like cat-cow, and I love my mentors, Gay and Katie Hendricks. They call this kind of a version of this. Their version of this is yes breath. Like I'm saying yes to life. Adding the arms is also an option. So extending the arms up on the inhale and then letting the shoulders round and the arms come down on the exhale. Squeezing, 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 squeezing. Sort of just rotating and breathing. So let yourself breathe like that a few more breaths. Breathe like that in a gentle, easy way. And say hi to my friend.
There you go.
Hello, we're
Hello.
we're live. So we can breathe and be big with our breath. And good, let's sigh it out. Let your breath be slow and inhale through this one, inhale through the nose and then exhale, sigh it out. Inhale through the nose and then an audible exhale as you breathe out. Inhale through the nose and then exhale. Yeah, I like to wiggle a little bit to tell my nervous system, tranquilo, be tranquil, be calm. All right, let's start with some neck rolls. I like to do half circles, so ear to shoulder, chin to chest, ear to shoulder. And I like to inhale when I bring the ear to shoulder, and then exhale, chin to chest. And so that really slows down the stretch. Inhaling ear to shoulder, and exhaling, chin to chest. Inhaling ear to shoulder, exhaling, chin to chest. Just this back and forth, open, easy way of being. A lot of times I get these really great neck adjustments when I'm doing this. So again, follow your body intelligence, follow your instinct when it comes to how long you want to breathe. Follow your breath, let your breath lead you. And then let's look up. So when I do my half circles looking up, I almost always want to support my neck. My hands just automatically come up to the back of my neck and sort of just make it so I don't hyperextend or overstretch. So I just sort of plant my fingertips there on either side of the vertebra. And as I'm doing that, there's this easy way of not taking it too far, but getting just enough. All right. Shoulders next. Circle those shoulders. And on this one, I like to inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale, roll back and down. So I've got a little bit of that cat-cow movement in my spine going also here. And then other way, so rotate the shoulders opposite direction. Shrugging the shoulders up and rolling them back down. allowing the breath to come with you. All right, and then how about circle the elbows? Similar, but different. Good. If you feel like there's a little kink back there, you can iron out the little speed bumps behind the shoulder blades. And then other way. Beautiful. Next, let's circle with the torso. So it's kind of this isolation move. You can sit however you want. Again, I think it's easier to sit with the legs crossed. So the movement is actually coming from my rib cage. So it's this isolation from front to side to back to side. Front to side, back to side. And so circling around best you can, rotating from the rib cage. And then go the other way. Front, side, back, side. Get your intercostals stretched out. Feel into how the diaphragm gets tight within the rib cage. Good. And then let's, with the whole torso, more coming from the pelvis, circle. Circle, circle. I'm holding onto my shin. Really leaning forward, kind of getting into the hips and the low back here now. So going over to the side as much as possible, bowing forward, and then over to the side again, and then leaning back. For this one, I like to inhale on the forward part of the circle and exhale as I sort of tuck the tail and lean back. And one of my favorite things to do is focus on that point in between the inhale and exhale, and then notice where I'm at in the movement and see if it's a transition point. So like in Tai Chi, changing the breath during the change in the weight. Okay, go the other way now. I love thinking about this body as an electrical being too, and this, what they call the microcosmic orbit, and how magnetic we are. And so I like thinking about how when I'm doing these circles, maybe I'm charging up my battery here, or like creating a stronger magnetism within my energy system. Just like wrapping a copper wire around a nail to create my own magnet. All right, what else can we circle? Let's circle the wrists. Circle the jaw. And then let's lay down onto our back so we can circle the hips. So slowly, if you want to do that abdominal, I didn't do it, but if you want to come down slowly, you can roll down one vertebra at a time. Give yourself a stretch when you land here. And then as you land here, extend the hands over the head and do one of those just waking up in the morning kind of stretches. And then let's circle the hips separately. So drawing circles, one leg is counterclockwise, one leg is clockwise. So opening the legs and then bringing them together, circling. And then let's reverse that and take circles opposite direction. Good. Now let's circle the hips together. So knees together and circle. Yeah. It's okay to kind of roll on one side of the back. And then other direction. Fun. Yeah, stirring, clearing, bringing some aliveness and some kind of the synovial fluid in your joints, stirring that and sweetening the sort of elixir that keeps us all lubed up, all lubricated through our joints, through our nervous system. Good. All right. You ready for some strengthening? We're going to get right into some warming and some heating and some strengthening. Easiest version first. We already did this when we were laying down, where you inhale and exhale the Hendricks yes breath, the cat-cow. So the invitation is to, as you inhale, let the small of the back lift up, drop the tail down, and then as you exhale, draw the belly button to the spine, let the small of the back press into the ground and let the tail come between the legs. And so this is movement in the pelvis. It's like I'm rising up onto my shoulder blades. There's like space from the mid-back all the way down to my tail behind me. And then tucking the tail, scooping the tail under, squeezing the abdominals in, making space for the breath. So one way you know that you're doing this right, if you put one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly, on the inhale, I'm not moving my hands, but my hands come apart. On the exhale, the hands come together. Making space for the diaphragm to drop down into the abdominals. And then really pressing the abs, letting the diaphragm squeeze out all stale air. I'm reading this book called Breath, and he talks about that we need to breathe less. In other words, exhale, 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 get that stale air out, have a nice balance between oxygen and carbon dioxide and nitrogen and all the other things in the air. You're welcome to engage the pelvic floor too on this one. So as you squeeze on the exhale and then relax on the inhale and then squeeze. And relax. If you get dizzy or lightheaded or anything when you're doing these kind of deep breathwork ab exercises, you got to exhale more. That hyperventilation is like too much carbon dioxide. That's why they breathe into a bag. All right, feet and shins parallel to the sky. Knees right over the hips. And this is the ab exercise, just holding the legs up like this. And if this is really easy, add little toe touches, dip. One toe at a time. If that's still really easy, place the hands, interlace the fingers behind the neck. Neck is long, looking up. And add the crunch. So opposite elbow to opposite knee on the exhale. So obviously, work at your level, right? I don't want you to be pushing it, but also find your intention for being here. If your intention is to have a healthy back, and this feels good, if it's just enough of a workout, always use your breath. Exhale as you engage. Inhale as you relax. All right, let's change it up a little bit. So phase one, the legs were straight, or the feet were you're just hanging out here, right? In phase one, the next level was to do the toe dips, and then the next level was to add the crunches. So next phase one is to take the feet up to the sky. And you are welcome to stay here the whole time. This is still working something. So that's the first option. And then the next option, to add to this, to make it an even more effective stretch, is to sort of lift the tail, maybe by an inch or even a half an inch. The tail comes up off the mat just a little bit on the exhale. Inhale, relax the belly. Exhale, draw the small of the back to the floor. Squeeze the legs together. Slightly lift the tail. Breathing in and out the nose only. Really important. And then next phase, you want to add to the little tail lifts. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Long, slow, deep breaths. So on the inhale, relax, and on the exhale, lift. Mindful of not crunching the chin toward the chest, but raising the whole face to the sky. Getting a little bit of a release on the inhale. Meaning lengthening the abs Inhale, 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 exhale, 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 in and out the nose. And squeeze the knees into the chest. How about a deep cleansing breath? Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, sigh it out. Tell your nervous system, tranquilo, relax. All right, third one. This is the movement. Open the legs, laying on the back. And this is phase one. Just hang out here the whole time. If you hold this long enough, you'll get like the shakes in the legs. So I've got my toes fanned, my feet flexed, my thighs kind of strong. Good. You can imagine how adding to this is going to be fun. Here we go. So stay here or add little crunches to the middle. And you're also welcome to do those slight lifts of the tail. And then to change it up, next we take little claps from side to side. So extend the left arm and then clap with the right. Inhale, center. Extend the right arm, clap with the left. Inhale, center. One more each side. And then hug the knees into the chest. Take the feet wide on the mat and then windshield wiper the knees. Inhale, center, exhale, switch sides. Opening up low back, hip, thigh. I always take my arms over my head because I like the stretch through the shoulder too. Really good. Let's stay over to one side now. So knees to one side, feet to the other side, just opening up and hanging out here. Then we'll add 5 little crunches. So interlace the fingers behind the neck, looking straight up to the sky. Don't crunch up the neck, but lift the whole upper body if you can. 3, 4. If you want to help if it feels better to, you don't need your arms behind your neck, you can use your arms. Good, after 5, 6, 7, something like that, switch sides. So knees to one side, feet to the other side. Pause for the stretch, feel into the length from shoulder to rib cage to the front and side of the hip. And breathe. Thanks for doing this with me today. All right, are you ready for the crunches on this side? Just lifting the neck, shoulders. If it feels better and you don't need the support behind the neck, you can lift your whole arms too. Building up strength through the obliques. Chapter 5, 6, 7. Let yourself complete on this side. Come back to neutral, come back to center. Right into a bridge pose. So draw the feet right under the knees. Maybe the fingertips touch the heels. Roll the shoulders underneath, lift up for bridge pose. Tucking the tail between the legs. Stretching the abs, bringing the upper ribs high into the chin. Feel free to interlace the fingers behind the back. I like to do bridge after abdominal exercises as a reset. Also, really important to look straight up to the sky. Don't look over this way. Look up at the sky. Look up at the sky the whole time. Release the arms, lower upper back. Slowly peel the shoulder blades out from underneath you, then release the mid back. Take several breaths to lower down, then eventually let one vertebra at a time until the low back lands. Good. Big yawn, big stretch. Stretch your jaw. And then let's roll onto the side. Roll onto the side and come onto the forearm here, elbow right under the shoulder. So this is phase one, just hanging out like this. This might be enough for you. So it's okay if your body sort of droops down toward the floor, but now I'm inviting you to lift through the low rib here. And this is the move. This is like the easiest version of side plank, Vasisthasana. If you want to go for it, stay here. Or if you want to go further, not only lift the low ribs, but lift the hips. If this is okay on that shoulder, and you want to go further, stay here or plant the feet. Stacking the feet or taking one foot in front of the other for the full Vasisthasana on the side. And then if all that is really okay for your wrist, you're welcome to come up onto the palm of the hand and raise the opposite hand. So whatever phase you're at is awesome. It's perfect. Perfect for where you're at today. I can definitely feel the strength building in this easiest version here. All right. Go ahead and come down onto your side and relax. And then are you ready for the other side? You can just roll over I'm gonna swing around. All right, so shoulder right over the elbow, elbow right over the shoulder, the knees bent. You can notice that the bottom ribs and the side of the waist droops down a little bit, and then so phase one is lift, 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 lift through this low rib, through the waist. And you are welcome to stay here, stay here, stay here, stay here, or add lifting of the hip. And what's the next level? Straightening the legs and stacking the feet, or placing one foot in front of the other. Stay there, or next level, come up onto the palm of the hand. Full Vasisthasana. And of course, employing this very first stage is plenty. If it's plenty, stay there. Listen to your body intelligence. Give your body intelligence the opportunity to guide you. Awesome. Noticing what phase you want to be at. Taking a break whenever you need a break. Great, really great. You want to take a break, just pause and lay on your side and breathe. And I invite you to breathe with that yes breath movement, that oscillation of the spine. All right, ready for our next sequence? Next part of our practice, come on to plank pose. So crawl onto hands and knees. And if your wrists are okay, just hang out up here. You're welcome to come onto the forearms and plank in the forearm position. Just make sure that the shoulders are back and down so that there's no wobbly shoulders. You've got the shoulders locked back and down, shoulder blades sliding down the back door of the heart raising up to the sky. Lifting through the abdominals. Put the knees down, take a deep breath in. And then give yourself another plank, exhaling, lifting hips, knees. I like gripping the floor with my fingertips, making a little bit of a tent. Like, kind of like palming a basketball. Knees down, inhale. Deep cleansing breath, exhale, stay here. Feel free to employ that cat-cow movement. And then another plank, so big breath in. And then lift and do a nice slow, slow, slow exhale. Elongate the exhale. Knees come down, breathe in. And then let's go into dolphin. So everybody come onto the forearms, lift the hips up. It's like down dog, but on your forearms. You're also welcome to bend the knees if your hamstrings feel tight, or if it feels better so that you can get deeper into the shoulder. And then come down to child's pose for a rest. This is where I want to invite you to do your Ujjayi breathing as things get more challenging. Swirl the air around the back of the throat, engage the throat muscles, breathe in and out the nose. Use those throat muscles like you're fogging a mirror. Draw the tail down, fingertips away. In child's pose, in Balasana. All right, you ready? Come back up, forearms down. I like to interlace my fingers a little bit. And then on the exhale, lift up the hips, flip those toes over and breathe out. Dolphin. So stay here or add the swimming dolphin where you come into plank and then back. So the exhale is on the plank on the forearms and then lift up and back. And breathing in before the transitions. During the transition, breathing in and then exhaling back. Breathing in and then exhaling to the plank on the forearms. Bring the knees down, hands down, cat-cow breathing. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. Inhale, widen the collarbone. Exhale, engage the core. All right, take one foot between the hands. I'm gonna go left leg first. Stretch your thigh. Option for knee down in the back or the knee up. Option to keep the hands down on the ground or bring the hands to the thigh, to the heart, to the sky, or interlace the fingers behind the back. Arms are decoration here, so we're hugging the muscles toward the midline, squeezing that back glute. Well, I guess they're both behind you, but the one of the straight leg back. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze that buttocks. Open the chest. Wherever you're at, you can open the chest. Widen the collarbone. All right, to switch sides, you can come to tabletop, all fours, or back to down dog. On the exhale, on the inhale, bring the opposite leg forward. And then option for knee down or knee up. You can experiment. What does my body want? You can try the knee down. Yes, no. Let your body decide. And just really be with your body sensations as you squeeze the back glute, as you let your body decide, do I want my hands down? Hands to the thigh, hands to the heart, hands to the sky, or interlace behind the back. And you're always welcome to change your mind. Good, last 2 breaths here. And then come to tabletop or downward facing dog. Or tabletop and then down dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Everybody meet in Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inner thighs reaching up and back. Pressing the heart toward the thighs. Heels drawing down or the knees bent. Floating to plank. And then chaturanga down. So knees, chest, chin, or just lower on down. Rock forward about 4 inches over the fingertips. Get your heart over your hands so that the hands are right under the shoulders. To float up into Bhujangasana, this is our low cobra. Just look, no hands. Just using your back muscles to lift, to lengthen the front of the body, then lift off the mat with the upper body. Breathing the belly down into the earth, massaging the belly with the earth. Stay here or add the toes, lifting the toes. Right into our locust, Shalabhasana. Stay here or add bending the feet, reaching for the tops of the feet, pressing the feet into the palms of the hands for bow pose. Dhanurasana. So good. Release wherever you're at. We've been there for a while. Just turn your head to one side. Rock your hips from side to side. Relax your back. Feel your heartbeat, your aliveness. Press the hands under the shoulders. Come up to tabletop. And a little cat-cow here. Looking up on the inhale. Looking down on the exhale, tucking the tail. And then draw the tail toward the heels and float down to child's pose again. And roll up and lay on down onto your back. Good. Hug the knees into the chest. And then we'll finish with our resting pose. So how do you want to rest today? Legs wide, arms wide, traditional Shavasana. You want to lay on your side to rest. You want to go legs up the wall. I think that's what I'm going to do. Resting legs up the wall. Viparita Karani, great rejuvenator. Reversing the flow of energy, letting the chi and prana pool in the torso. Allowing the breath to return to its natural rhythm. Just breathing in and out the nose effortlessly. Relax the jaw, relax the face. Give yourself permission to have it all, to do it all, to live your dream, to create your own happiness by being your best self. Letting yourself relax into big dreams. Relax into the essence of who you are. Relax into your blood and your bones and your muscles and the technology of these trillions of cells in our body, all effortlessly feeding themselves, nourishing themselves, oxygenating themselves. The cells of your body working cooperatively to keep you healthy and well. This resting time, giving your neurons an opportunity to gel together, the neuroplasticity of the brain, reinforcing relaxation, reinforcing that lubrication, the lubrication of our neurons, of our cells in our brain and throughout our nervous system in the body. Relaxing any inflammation and being really sweet with what is, being sweet to yourself, appreciating yourself for how you show up in the world and for how you stretch yourself, how you strengthen yourself, and how you align yourself, creating balanced thoughts, emotions, right speech and right action. And then ever so gently begin to complete your practice through some simple stretches, wiggling fingers and toes, rolling wrists and ankles. Rolling onto your side. And pressing up. Arriving for creating peace. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om peace, peace, perfect peace.